Did you know that people don't always read the title of your YouTube video when they decide if they're going to watch it? What they actually look at is your thumbnail. That's what's going to catch their eye, and that's oftentimes how they base their decision on whether or not they're going to watch your video or scroll past it. And that's why creating a really eye-catching, scroll-stopping thumbnail is so important on YouTube. Because let's face it, you spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of creativity on writing the script and recording your video and editing and all that good stuff, and you're putting it up there because you want people to see it. So let's talk about thumbnails that are actually going to make them see it. And be sure to stay to the end of this video because we're going to have a free resource for you that's going to help you grow your business exponentially. If you're looking for tips and resources and tutorials to grow your business ongoing, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you'll get notified every time we post a new video. My name is Jeannie Wilson and I own a marketing agency, and along with my business partner, we started six-figure business coaching to help more entrepreneurs learn how to better run a business and market their business. It's one of my passions to help entrepreneurs grow because I had people who helped me grow. I hope you know the value of YouTube, and I think that's probably why you're here. It's so powerful as far as a marketing tool, because not only does it provide a platform for you to showcase who you are and to show people what you know, but it's also a great platform for SEO, for the search engines to find you. However, in order to effectively use YouTube, you need to have people watch your videos. And one of the ways that you can do that, one of the best ways that you can do that, is by creating an eye-catching, scroll-stopping thumbnail. And don't forget that you can share this with your virtual assistant, this video, so that they can learn how to use Canva to create an eye-catching, scroll-stopping thumbnail for your channel. So let's get to it. So let's jump right in here, and today we're going to create this thumbnail image. I'm going to give you all the elements and talk a little bit about what's important and what things to look for. So we're over here in Canva, and if you haven't already signed up for an account, it's free, which is fantastic. We have an upgraded version because it has some really nice features, but you can do this on the free version. So the first thing we're going to do is click on Create a Design, and we're going to click on YouTube Thumbnail. And the reason we do that is because it automatically has it set up at exactly the right dimensions that we need. So that's just a great little shortcut there. So let's see. So on this thumbnail, you're going to want to, in order to get it to be something that people stop and say, wow, you certainly want it to be bright and eye-catching. We always use our branded colors, but try to use them in a bold way. You can see the purple, but then we also use the red YouTube logo because this is about something you use on YouTube. So I like to use logo that represents whatever company that we're talking about. Now, remember, you can show this video to your virtual assistant who can actually do this for you, which is fantastic. You two may have to have a conversation about, how you want it to look and what elements you want to incorporate, but this can absolutely be a training video for you. So, like I said, you want to think about your thumbnail as, bright and eye-catching. You want to be a little different. You want to use something, because again, you got to stop that scroll, so you don't want it to just look like everyone else's. So one of the elements that you can do is a silly face, a crazy kind of face. And this is not my best look, but it is a crazy face. And I want to show you some of the faces that you can just practice with and take some still shots, because then you might be able to use those on your thumbnail. And I would do this at the same time that you're doing your video so that you're wearing the same clothes and your hair looks the same and things. You want to do some faces, like you might want to do a happy face, a sad face, a surprised face, a disgusted face, or an angry face. And just see which one comes out, the best. Like this is more of a normal face, a surprised face. Not sure what that face is. Might be a scared face. Let's see what else we got in here. That's a scared face. A lot of scared faces in here. So, just do some funny things, some interesting things. That's kind of disgusted or angry. They're just not my best look. But anyhow, you know, these are gonna be the things that people kind of pick out and they go, oh my gosh, look at that face. I gotta see what that video is all about. Because sometimes they'll judge your video, as I said before, based on not on the topic, but the picture. The other thing that you want to think about is your wording. Now, when you decide what words you're going to put on your thumbnail, it doesn't have to be exactly what your title is for your video. It can be something, and we'd like it to be something that was maybe 3, 4, 5 words at best, because you want it to be something that you can make really big, and you want it to be bold, and you want it to be something that they can pick up really quickly as people, because people, you know, we all have a short attention span, and so as we scroll, we kind of just really look at stuff at a glance. So you want it to be really something that people can catch on first glance. But so you don't want to use scripted fonts because they're just too hard to read. You can, you know, even if you widen the spacing between the letters or made it bigger or bolder, it's still, I would just make a rule to stay away from scripted fonts. Just because they're just too hard to read for people, you know, when you have seconds, just split seconds to really impact them and get them to stop and watch your video. So keep that in mind. So some of the things that you can do that are kind of fun with your text is you can make some 3D text. Now, you can't do a lot of 3D in Canva. I will show you what you can do. But if you have other software that you use, if you have Photoshop or something else, you can create 3D text pretty easily. You want to try and create depth so it feels a little bit layered. You can put fun arrows in here to accent where you want people to look, and you can use knockout text. So I put out to some people in some of my groups and asked them which option they liked better, option 1 or option 2, and they all voted for option 1. So that's the one that I'm going to teach you today. But I would love to hear in the comments which option you are most fond of, or which option you prefer. So let's get started in talking about how we created this. So up here, I would title your design, thumbnail for YouTube video, and you can call it whatever you want, but and then over here you can see where it says if your changes have been saved or not. This is where you can undo something if you've done something wrong and you want to go back and undo it. Over here on the left-hand side, it shows you all kinds of templates that you could start with if you really didn't have any clue where to start. We like to do, I love this little puppy dog. We like to do text on one side and a face on the other, and we try to kind of alternate those for each of our videos. So that's kind of what we do. So now we have our page, and so the first thing that we're going to do is, okay, let's work on the picture first. So what I did here was just to open up a document. So I just went File, Create New Design, and I just made this 600 by 600 pixels. That's just a pretty good size. So all you would have to do is, if you were in the Home section, is click Create a Design, Custom Dimensions, and then 600 by 600. Create New Design. And then what I did was I picked out which picture I wanted to use, and I went over here to Uploads, and you can click on Upload an Image. And then from your device, or a Google Drive or a Dropbox or whatever, and so here's where I picked the image from, and then I clicked Upload, because I've already uploaded it, so I know it's here. So these are my images, and I'm going to use this one. So as soon as I click on it, it automatically shows up on my screen on the right hand side. So now I've selected this picture. You can see that because it has the circles on the side, on the corners, and the lines. And then I'm going to go up here to Effects and click on Background Remover. And this is such a great, simple tool to use to get rid of the background, and it does a really good job. Look at that. And now, this is actually fairly new, you can also use an eraser to just clean it up a little bit. So if I go down here, I could see those little hairs were all over the place. So if I just put my eraser there and just click, it gets rid of a few imperfections that I can see. And then just click done. So now you have your picture of you and no background, which is awesome and so easy to use. So we're going to go back to our thumbnail, and I'm just going to click on this, and then I'm going to hit Command C on my Mac to copy it. So now I have my face in here. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so people can see it. And I recommend you putting your face on these because it's, you know, it's part of your personal branding. Okay, and once I have it where I want it, I can actually click this little lock here so it locks it in place so I can't move it anywhere. So when I put things on top of it or behind it, it just stays stationary, which is really, really helpful. So for the background, what I did was I actually took a photo on my phone. So if you have an iPhone, you can click on the button on the right-hand side. If you're looking at your phone, click on the button on the right-hand side and then the top button on the left-hand side at the same time. And they take a picture of whatever is on your cell phone screen. And then I uploaded it. You can see it right here. Okay, that's the one. And actually, let me go back to the one that we're creating. So you can see right here. So this is what was on my cell phone. Now, to make it actually look like it's on a cell phone, I went over here to Elements, and I went, I need frames. Such a great tool, frames. So here you've got a computer screen, and here you've got a cell phone screen. There's also tablets and laptops and all kinds of cool stuff you can do with frames. So I'm going to drag this picture over here and it automatically jumps in the frame. Fantastic. So now I can change the size of this because I want it to be big for the background. And I also want to tilt it to make it more interesting. And then I want to put it over here. And then I can go to position backward. So now it's in the background. And one more thing we want to do to it, we want to make it more transparent. So it's not, you know, so people see it in the background, but it's not so crazy obvious. Okay, then let's copy that. Let's get, I gotta move myself out of the way. And you gotta be careful because it wants to grab my picture and put it in there, but I don't want it to do that. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna copy it. And again, you can, I just click Command C on my computer. So whatever copy is, and then paste, Control V on mine, Command V. And then I just made this, I just moved this up a little bit so it didn't look exactly the same. And now I can bring my picture back. And I can lock these in place. I'll lock that. Oop, I'm gonna move my picture out of the way again. And I'm gonna lock that. Now I'll bring my picture back. Oh, and this one you can see is transparent, but it's in front of my hand, and I want it to be behind my hand. So I have to unlock it, position it backward. There we go. Like it? Okay, next thing we're gonna do is the text. So I know there was a template that had, oh, there it is, this summer cookbook, this little swishy thing right here. So I'm gonna add a page here, and I'm gonna bring that over, and then I'm just gonna borrow the swishy thing. Copy. Paste. Got that. And if I want to change the color of this, I'm going to click on the yellow here and it brings up all kinds of colors. Now, one nice thing about the upgraded version is if you have set up the section that is your branded colors, then it will bring up your branded colors here. But this is also a really nice feature, is it brings up the colors that we're using in the document. So I'm going to make this my dark purple so it jumps out at people. And let's see, this text is what our branded text is, which is Arima Madurai. So if we go here and click on text, Same thing, because we have the upgraded version, it brings up the 3 fonts that are part of our brand, so I don't have to search for them. They do give you some really nice font combinations that you could start with if you wanted to. Again, I would stay away from the fancy ones, but you could do that, or you could type in any font in here and they've got loads. And if they don't have the one that's part of your brand, you know, use something similar. If you're going to stick with the free version, if you are going to go with the paid version, you can actually upload your own branded fonts if they don't have them here. So lots of good features. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to type scroll stopping thumbnails. Okay, and let's see, we want to do a couple things to this. Sometimes you have to click out of it to click back in it to move it. So I want to move it here. Then I want to make this white. So I'm going to select the text. Hey. I'm going to go up here. This is where I can change the text color. I'm going to change it to white. Actually, what did I do in that one? No, I changed it to a light purple, one of our branded colors. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm just going to see what size I made it here. 80, okay? Now you can see that it's too spread out. There's too much spacing. So we can go over here. This is our spacing tool. So the letters are fine, they're spacing, but if I wanted to stretch them out, I could. But the line height is just too high. So we want that to stay much closer. And then we also want to make this now we could line it up, left align it, but I think on here I right aligned it. Oop, and I put a dash there. Oh, and I think that was capitals too, wasn't it? It is, so we can do all caps here. Right here we can select that and it makes them all capitals. And I'm going to bring it out here because I could see the S was falling down. And then we certainly want to make this purple behind it bigger so we can see it. Oh, we were going to move it all over as well. Oops. Okay, click up here to align it. So you're going to right align it. And then there are also some effects for the text. Okay, so what we did here was, actually this was a darker color, I think it was that one. And then we clicked on splice, just make sure, yep, that was the right one. And then we just moved these to make them look more like we wanted them to. 70, let's do 22. And then let's do 69. Okay. So up here, if you change the text color, that's the outside text color. But when you're in effects and in the splice one, you can change the color of the inside here. So if I wanted to make this, you know, just all white, I could, but I kind of like it with the outline there. And then the next element I'm going to include is an arrow. So we can go over here to elements and change this to arrow. And you can pick all these different cool types of arrows. I think I picked this one. But you know, you can have some fun with this. And then I made it red. And I turned it, I think it was red. Might have been purple. No, it's purple. Okay, so I made it my purple. You could make it red to make it stand out even more. And bring it down here. So maybe we want to... One thing you can do too is if you select two pieces, like I want to select this purple background and then the text, then I can go up here and group them. because I like how they look, but I just want to move them up a bit and maybe over a bit. And then I can put my arrow here. And then, you know, you can always drag the corners to make it bigger or smaller. And then the next element I want is YouTube. I want the YouTube logo. And they actually have a lot of logos in here as well. So I'm just going to grab this one and turn it a little bit, so people know that we're using YouTube. And then one thing I didn't include, but I could, is Canva is actually the Canva logo itself too. So we could put that in there because we're obviously creating this in Canva. And you can tilt that if you wanted to, that way maybe a little bit. And there you go. Scroll stopping thumbnails. A nice big crazy picture of me in there. So now what you would do is just click download. We're going to leave it as a PNG. That's perfectly fine. This one happens to have 2 pages. So we're just going to select page 1, click done, download, and you are ready to download your scroll stopping thumbnail. Be sure to click the link below for our free guide that's going to teach you how to exponentially grow your business. It teaches you the 3 things you need to do to master social media marketing. So if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe, ring the bell to get notified every time we promote a new video, and give us a thumbs up so that we know that you liked it. If you have a subject or a resource that you'd like me to do a tutorial on in the future, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.